Hey, this is Jason from Memphis. As usual, I guess I ought to say it, 43-year-old single white male. I can only say that for a couple more weeks, fixing to turn 44. Wanted to make a video about music and its influences on me and my preferences, whatnot. Just felt like venting a little bit today. Uh, I mentioned in an earlier video where I talked about The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, how I enjoyed Led Zeppelin and its influence regarding Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and whatnot, and how I really wished PJ would at least make a trailer featuring the Led Zeppelin music that was related to Tolkien. And there's many examples of that. I won't get into those specific things. But thinking back on that video got me to thinking about general musical influences. I did a lot of YouTube cruising the other night regarding music, and a lot of sharing those cruisings to Facebook. And I made kind of a passive aggressive hostile comment on one of the videos saying don't tell me what genre of music I can like, and I didn't think about it till after I made the comment and shared the video that no one had ever challenged me, at least recently, in that aspect. But I felt defensive nonetheless and made the comment. And perhaps I ought to explain why I felt that way. When I was growing up, I was exposed to several different genres of music. Of course, gospel and country by my parents, classic and southern rock by my brothers, and pop and soft rock by my sisters. And then as I got older and started listening to music of my own, new wave and 80s music became my thing, along with some of the more metal acts, those kind of things. My tastes expanded, and I even enjoyed some rap, and started delving back into the 70s soul that I was exposed a little bit to. Living in Memphis, you're kind of exposed to it, whether you're aware of it or not. It just pervades all of television and radio, just in general. So I started listening to a lot of old music from the 60s and 70s, and even picking up into some of the 80s R&B and hip hop and stuff that was coming out. What kind of turned me away from a lot of the rap that was coming out in the 80s and 90s, outside of several of the popular songs, was the hostility towards people of my color in general. And women in general that was pervading a lot of the harder core music in hip hop, and even some of the lighter core rap in hip hop was pretty thick, pretty thickly hostile towards several groups of people, which, you know, was ironic because, as I may have mentioned or may not have mentioned before, if you didn't look, you know, even though a lot, or rather preponderance of Southern people have mixed heritage, aren't lily white as far as their ancestry goes, the less white you look, the more problematic your social standing is, at least as far as childhood and adolescence goes. I received a lot of ignorant racial slurs in preteen and puberty, and thus I was a little more sensitive to receiving hostility from people that received the same hostility from white people. So I kind of got it from both directions, which made it all the more sensitive. Thus, when a music style that I should have embraced came out and was openly hostile to everyone who wasn't black, started to pervade the culture, kind of rejected a good portion of it. There were some albums that I did enjoy. There were some releases that were, you know, pretty good, and there were some songs I did enjoy. However, there were musical influences that I just did not care for. The rap rock mixture really didn't float my boat. The grunge movement kind of sparked things on, but then the hangers-on came along and tried to coattail on to the grunge movement and kind of ruined it. And then the pop backlash happened in the late 90s with the advent of the boy bands and the girl singers. And MTV jumped on that bandwagon, and thusly we had upwards of 6 years of crud music coming out, and being exposed to nothing but inferior music pervading the airwaves. MTV abandoning real music for catchy tunes. They weren't even exposing anyone to real music. You had to get your real music from other sources. That's why Napster and now YouTube has become so popular for music availability, because, you know, why trust somebody that doesn't know how to expose people to good music when you can just expose yourself to what you like and recommend good stuff to your friends. I know this has been kind of a rambling rant of a video, and I do apologize if I've rambled and ranted too much. But I just felt that we need to vent a little bit today, and hadn't made a video in almost a week, and I thought the time was ripe. So, Hope you enjoy it. If you did, great. If you didn't, I hope to do better next time. Have a great day.